Just waiting on the light. All clear given. Starter not happy with something there. Can't tell from here what it might be. I think it might be with the manager. Now the light's on. Racing now. Venerate missed it by a length near the inside. The manager came out quickly. Tilts away okay with Magic Bray. And also working up around the outside, Hayden's Gold to be amongst the leaders. Centre field is Dual Bay, caught out deep, lost Legionnaire going forward, and with it was Peruse as they settle. Now the manager got squeezed out, dropped back near the tail with Diamond Pearl, and over on the outside, Beauchamp, Venerate last of all. Hayden's Gold takes the lead as they go to the 1,200 metre mark from Magic Bray. A length and a half to third placing is the Performer. Over on the inside, Peruse, a length to Dual Bay. On the inside of it then comes Accreditation. Wonder Lost Legionnaire, a length away, Tilt racing on the inside of one which is obscured at the moment over on the outer. Then a length to Diamond Pearl. For the other one was Kingdom Star. Well back, Beauchamp, Venerate. And the manager is on the inside, 850 out. And here on the outside, taking a narrow lead. Actually, it's got up on the fence here, Magic Bray from Hayden's Gold. A length away comes the Performer. 2 lengths to Dual Bay to fourth. A length away then Accreditation over on the inside. Behind it then as they run towards the corner. And hard ridden as Peruse. Tilt getting through with Lost Legionnaire, Kingdom Star and Beauchamp. Up to the turn, Magic Bray just in front here. On the outside of it is Mr. Performer. Dual Bay getting to third. Then Tilt running on behind it. Beaten over on the inside. Hayden's Gold from Lost Legionnaire. Venerate, Beauchamp a long way back as they come around the turn here. Where Mr. Performer takes the lead from Dual Bay on the outside. Deep out Lost Legionnaire. And then Tilt inside the 250 and Dual Bay on the outside takes a narrow lead here. Kicking back on the inside of it is Mr. Performer, and they're clear of Tilt getting up on the inside. Tilt racing over to the outside of Dual Bay, and in the centre of those, Mr. Performer. Tilt on the outside, Dual Bay. Tilt in front near home. Tilt's won. Tilt's beaten Dual Bay and Mr. Performer. Venerate's made ground fourth. Then Lost Legionnaire, Magic Bray behind it, Accreditation, Beauchamp. Further back, the manager, Hayden's Gold, Diamond Pearl, back with Kingdom Star, and last in was Peruse.
Race 1 from Australia this afternoon from Donald and Victoria, the first leg of a double on these 2 races coming in here on Trackside Friday this afternoon. And number 2, Tilts, with the last run at them inside the last 200 metres, has got the money. As we go to the slow motion replay, 289 the judge's call, or the commentator's call anyway. This horse was 3 or 4 lengths off them coming around the corner. Number 2 coming on the inside of these 3 horses inside the last 50 metres. But the momentum was with it, and it's gone to the line to win. A photo perhaps coming up for second with the 8 horse on the outside, maybe getting its head down at the right time to grab that second money. That's Dual Bay. Number 8, Dual Bay, will be second. And the horse between the 2, number 9, Mr. Performer. Just in behind those, the New Zealand favourite, number 6, Venerate, has finished fourth. Our Australian coverage, of course, of the Australian racing here on the Trackside channel, brought to us by Qantas. Race 2 goes at 5:55, so it's half an hour away. And number 1 is Pugwell in the Chatham Daunt Flying Handicap at $4.85 and $1.85. Star of Scorpio, number 2 at $12.25 the win and $3.20 for the place. If you like number 3, Street Party, you're not alone, $3.55 and $1.30. 4, Baron Richthofen, it's at $13.75 and $5.15 for the place. Mood Lightning, $7.60 and $2.60 for number 5. Bit of form about that horse. Number 6 is Ever Bronsbury, and that's scratched. Number 7, Clouded Grey at $8.10 and $2.35. Pax and Ash at $24.70 and $6.50. Number 9, John's Boy at $10.90 and $3.05. And number 10 at Walker Liner. Interesting to see what the Australian commentator calls that. It's probably a local place over there just by Donald and Victoria. $16 and $5.35 anyway for number 10. 11, Flexi Title, $37.35 and $7.05. And number 12, Wonder Walk at $8.60 and $3.20. Race 2 from Australia coming in at 5 to 6. Have the prelim result of race 1. 2, Tilt, $6.15 at $1.85. About the third favourite here on the New Zealand tote, I think. Number 8, Dual Bay, second at $3.55. And 9, Mr. Performer, third at $4.20. Those 2 place dividends for the second and third horses. Cranking up the Quinellas and trifectas. 2 and 8, the Quinella, $41.30. And 2, 8 and 9, $1,054.95.
Stages to run second, and Just Ask at $4.70 and $2.25. Derek Ball trains and drives. The 4-year-old by Vance Hanover out of Precious Guest. should get a decent sort of trip from that 180. Incidentally, Mark, how's that track out there tonight after all that rain we've had through the day?
Well, it's actually packed it down very good, Jim. The track's a really good racing surface.
Not throwing a lot of top off it?
No, they're not, no.
Certainly nothing wrong with the sectionals. Checkered Flag, number 6, from the Roy and Barry Purdon stable. Tony Herlihy to drive, $4.15 and $2.30. Actually thrown that in to run third, but you'll probably disagree with me on that. You'd like to see it come first, would you?
Yeah, I certainly would, yes. He's been training well, so if he has the last run at them, I think he'd be in it.
$4.15 and $2.30 for Checkered Flag. Burlington Air Express sponsored Tony Herlihy. In the sulky, Natural Baron, a winner 2 starts back here at Alexandra Park for Clive Herbert. James Stormont to do the driving. Natural Baron showing $6.95 and $3.30. Was in the lead over 2,200 metres last time out and just faded in the concluding stages of the race. Has a bit of ability, so Natural Baron, I guess, not the least of chances. Number 2, Motoring Monsieur, Neil Brady, $5.55 and $3.10. So if you look at the win price versus the place price, it's a little bit out of kilter, probably about 4-6 in the betting at a quick guess, but Motoring Monsieur certainly is capable. Coming back from a spell, last lined up in early February at Ruakaka, and from that handy draw, I guess Neil Brady will be putting Motoring Monsieur in the race. Wouldn't be at all surprised to see him try to lead them throughout. $5.55, $3.10 the place. So we're going 1, 2 and 6 in that order. There's 3 Vancelino from Dave Gibbons' stable, $15.70 and $5.45, the outsider of the field. Form line is not that inspiring at this stage. Brent Mangos to do the driving tonight. Vancelino has a reasonable draw. A field of 7 only for the Rugby World Cup Mobile Pace. Radio Pacific's LB Gain set to call the journey over 2,700 metres.
First leg of the TAB treble, into the back straight they go. Rugby World Cup Mobile, almost there, and racing. And as the Mobile pulled away, Natural Baron made the best beginning from Just Ask on the inside. Motoring Monsieur came out fairly well and out wider then to Checkered Flag. Shalanu Vance getting back now as Vancelino on the inside and the favourite Kiwi Cinder. It dropped to the rear early. 7 or 8 or 9 first to last now, and Natural Baron being taken on by Checkered Flag, who's looking for the lead and getting it too as they work off the back. 2,350 to go, followed by Motoring Monsieur. Just Ask is now 3 back on the inside, 4 back Vancelino, Shalanu Vance on its outside, and 2 lengths away to Kiwi Cinder. Into the straight, down past the 2,200. Neil Brady whipped round the outside of Checkered Flag to take the pace by 2.5 lengths. Lying third on the inside now is Natural Baron, followed Just Ask, who's 4 back. 5 back on the fence, Vancelino parked as Shalanu Vance, and Kiwi Cinder's at the tail and about 10 or 11 off them. At the judge, 2,000 metres left to go. First leg of the night's TAB treble, and bowling along Motoring Monsieur by 2 lengths, Checkered Flag. On its back is Natural Baron, followed by Just Ask, then Shalanu Vance parked. On the inside is Vancelino and Kiwi Cinder, the tail of the field. At the 1,800 metre point, there's no change up front. It's Motoring Monsieur by 2.5 lengths over Checkered Flag, 2 lengths away Natural Baron. On the inside of Shalanu Vance is Just Ask, and the 1-1 now is Kiwi Cinder, and Vancelino's at the tail of the field. Down the far side they travel, running past the 1,600. Motoring Monsieur, 2.5 still on Checkered Flag, 2.5 away Natural Baron. Shalanu Vance is parked on the outside, Just Ask back on the inside. In behind them is Kiwi Cinder and Vancelino. Into the back straight, 1,400 metres out the Rugby World Cup Mobile, and the leader Motoring Monsieur by 3 lengths now to Checkered Flag. On the outside then is Shalanu Vance, racing one off the fence is Natural Baron as they swing down past the 1,250. Vancelino, Just Ask and Kiwi Cinder is still at the tail of the field as they work down the straight, and with just over a circuit to go, 1,100 metres out. That quarter was 30.1, and Motoring Monsieur hard held by 1.5 lengths. Shalanu Vance, the breeze, and the trail is Checkered Flag. Natural Baron has the 1-1 set, 1,000 to go. 3 back on the fence, Vancelino, followed by Just Ask, and last of all the favourite Kiwi Cinder as they wheel out 900 out, and the leader is still on the inside, Motoring Monsieur. It's going nicely, 1.5 lengths clear from Shalanu Vance, and Checkered Flag on the inside. At the 800 there followed Natural Baron, runs 3 back on the inside. Vancellino just asking Kiwi Cinder. The half was 101.1. Down the back they go. 650 out from home, and Motoring Mazur on the inside. Checkered Flag. Shalanu Vans, Vancellino, Natural Baron in the 1-1. No one's made a move as yet. Followed by just asking the favourite Kiwi Cinder. Into the back straight coming up now with just over 450 to run. And Motoring Mazur given range, still a length and a half or 2 from Checkered Flag, who's coming out of the trail. Natural Baron, Shalanu Vans, Vancellino to run through. Further back then we've got just asking Kiwi Cinder. Round the corner, 220 to go. And the 3/4, 131 as they straighten though, and Checkered Flag has gone to Motoring Mazur. Here's Just Ask with a big run out centre track, and Kiwi Cinder is coming home pretty well. Checkered Flag in front of Just Ask and Kiwi Cinder. Checkered Flag, Just Ask and Kiwi Cinder. Just Ask in the centre. On the outside, Kiwi Cinder. I think Kiwi Cinder nabbed Just Ask in the last bound. Third is going to be Checkered Flag. Then we had Vancellino. Further back, Motoring Mazur, Natural Baron, and Shalanu Vance's last in.
There's only a small field, but it provided another exciting finish at Alexandra Park for the first leg of the treble, and punters will be happy because number 5, as LB Gaines said, Kiwi Cinder has just nabbed the trackside team's tip. Number 1, Just Ask. In the last 5 or 10 metres as we get them swinging into line, Motoring Mazur in front here, about to get dizzy for Neil Brady, and going past Checkered Flag, who actually had the run to win. Tony H gave it a great trip behind the pacemaker, but inside the last 100 metres it just starts to stall itself, and the big run's coming wide out by Just Ask, who looked like it was going to win it here, but Kiwi Cinder and Richard Brosnan just found another gear at the last minute, just in time, and got up and nabbed them on the post. Kiwi Cinder, the 4-year-old mare by Vance Hanover from Red Cinderella, the top 2 and 3-year-old in a day, and he saved it till the last minute, Jim, but timed it beautifully.
Yes, he did. Checkered Flag at this stage had the lead and looked fairly comfortable. Motoring Mazur, who had tried to force the pace, in fact ducked out about 80 metres short of the line under pressure, but the action is wide out on the track, and the gold and green Kiwi Cinder just gets up to nab Just Ask. He made a big run at them. Number 6, Checkered Flag, is going to have to be content with that third money at the line, and just in behind that, Vancellino, who had a much improved race for Brent Mangos, the Dave Gibbons trained representative. The 5, 1 and 6, the way the judge will call them home. Kiwi Cinder came with a big run at them to get up for Richard Brosnan. The favourite prevails. Just Ask, a big strong run for second, and Checkered Flag maintaining that third posse at the line for Tony H.
Just about everybody on the first leg of the treble winner, I think. Number 5, Kiwi Cinder. Let's look ahead to the second leg of the treble. It's also the first leg of this $250,000 pick 6 jackpot tonight at Alexandra Park, Christchurch Casino Pace. Number 1, Cut the Wind and Tony Hurley, new addition to the Reed stable. $6.75 and $2.45 for the place. 2, Brinsley, a bit of late mail about for that. $8 and $3.55 Brian Ferguson. 3, Perfect Parcel, $4.95 and $1.35 Frank Cooney, not many passing it by. Number 4, Classy Victor at $7.95 and $3.45. And the least supported on that page, number 5, First Blood, David Butcher, $12.35 and $4.50. 516 confirmed by the judge for the previous event. Dance Defoe is number 6 at $18.10 and $5.85 in the first leg of pick 6. 7, Don't Wait Up, trackside tip at $8.40 and $2.25 Morris McKendry. Tudorlac, number 8, Colin Butler, $21.15, $6.65. Down to Power to Burn, Peter Ferguson, $11.65 and $3.75. Tough field, 11, Kingsley Lord, 69s and $13.80, scratch 12. Rosie Rita, Brent Mangos, number 13 at $9.55 and $3.25. Comic Cool and Mark Purdon, 27.10 and $8.45. And 15 is Innocent Andy. Todd McFarlane, one of the leading junior drivers in the country, 11.10 for the win and $3.95 for the place. It's the first leg of pick 6. We'll be back shortly with the result of race 4.
Jetball, the exciting new stallion at Fairdale Stud. Jetball, the only Group 1 winning son of Mars K at stud in the world.
Just the leader, Jetball is thundering down the outside. He's got him. Jetball takes the lead close to home, and the Doncaster jockey Gavin.
Jetball, winner of 7 races at $500,000. Top-weighted 3-year-old sprinting colt in the 1994-95 classifications. Contact Gerald or Rex Bell, Fairdale Stud, Longburn.
Your home reflects your taste. It's a positive statement, a fulfillment of your dreams. Your furnishings, the best. Your carpets from Prestige Carpet and Vinyl, contemporary or traditional. Prestige Carpets and Vinyl, Auckland. Prestige Carpets and Vinyl, home of the world's best flooring. For guaranteed satisfaction, competitive prices, superb work, Prestige. Prestige quality, Prestige value, Prestige Carpets and Vinyl. Because you've worked for the very best.
For competitive rates and faster claim service, phone FAI 0800 50 50 49.
Race 4 was first leg of the treble. Number 5, Kiwi Cinder, the winner. She paced the 2.7 and 326.1, mile rate of 2.3, and the last 859.5 ahead along neck and 1.5 lengths with the margins. Paid $3.35 and $1.95. She was the favourite. Number 1, Just Ask, second at 2.05 and no third dividend with Checkered Flag. The third horse passed the post. Did make up the trifecta though. 1 and 5 Quinella was $6.20 and $32.95. The trifecta 5, 1 and 6. It's the result of race 4, and the 4-year-old mare Kiwi Cinder, the winner. She's 4, but I think she was a late foal. I have memories of her winning the 2-year-old Northern Hemisphere time race when she was a 2-year-old filly. So Kiwi Cinder, the impressive winner of the first leg of the TAB treble tonight. Well, the races come to Vandy country tomorrow in the Central Districts. It's a great provincial course there at Wanganui for the Wanganui Jockey Club's meeting, first day of their 2-day meeting over the Queen's Birthday weekend. I wonder if Tony Lee's actually caught up with the southern winner of the big flat race there tomorrow. The Wanganui winners anyway, and more in the Central Preview with Tony Lee here on Trackside Friday.
And a very good evening to you folks. Welcome to the Selwyn Ford Central Preview. We're looking forward to a big meeting for the Wanganui Jockey Club tomorrow, and of course their second day is on Monday. Over the previous week things seemed to happen in twos in the Central Districts. Noel Eels got a treble of wins, David Walsh got a treble of wins. Brothers won the last 2 races at Hawke's Bay, Aim for Glory and Regal Chief. 2 riders rode their first winner back in this campaign, all ahead on the Central Preview, and later on we talked to Noel Harris looking at some of his rides going into tomorrow's meeting for the Wanganui Jockey Club. But it was Noel Eels weekend last weekend, 2 winners at Hawke's Bay, 1 at Rotorua, fabulous effort, and that's taken him right up onto the premiership. He's 5 off the lead now. Thought we'd have a talk to Noel about those wins.
200 metres to go. Paula, the leader, out wide. The action to look for Karamia Star. And here's Morangi coming through them now. Morangi coming out after Karamia Star and Gallery down the extreme outside. Morangi's in front, though. It's going to win it. Second at the line, Ice Gem. Third.
All right, Noel, another good weekend for you. And in the north, Morangi. There's a good, courageous win from her.
Yeah, big effort, Tony. It was the first time on that track, and Rotorua can be a trap to some horses, but she got through it very well, and as we know, won it pretty good.
And Italian Saint, he went oh so close in the Cup.
Yeah, it was a big run. He met a better one on the day, but as Tony Allen said, every time he moved, he got pushed wider. So he didn't have all the breaks, Tony. He only go down by a neck. I was wrapped in his run.
And at the Bay, Helen's Pride delivered pretty well.
Yeah, she's a game filly, and because those sort of races are ideal, luckily. Well, fortunately, we don't get enough of them. And that suited her. We've got to run her in hack races now, and she'll be carrying a bit more weight, of course. There's not many 3-year-old races left here for us.
Weight affect too much, do you think?
Well, she's only a pony, Tony. I've got her in a Wanganui Monday. I'll see how she's weighted.
Regal Chief showed he'd done the necessary improving to go on and win pretty well.
Yeah, it puts him through to open company now. And unfortunately for that sort of horse, if you can't measure to the wide handicaps, etc., the provincial open grade horse, to my book, is the one we lose mostly. They're very hard to place, but I see there is a sprint at Hastings coming up, which the track he likes, so that's something to look forward to.
All right, Noel, the team going particularly well. Where we'd like to see the Morangis, Italian Saints and company next time to the races?
We haven't decided on Morangi's program yet, Tony. We're waiting to see the programs for here and Melbourne in August. They may be in July. She might run again to keep her in trim, because she has proved herself on soft ground, so no good waiting for the fast stuff to find out if you can go with them. I would believe go Well, you can, but I wouldn't run her in a wide handicap. I don't think that would be in the best interest in the heavy pug, but there is a sprint there. And the alternatives that we've got is a Winter Cup. All depends on the team when we look at Australia.
So some interesting comments there from Noel Eales regarding a possible Melbourne campaign with some of his runners during the spring. Watch this space. Well, David Walsh had a good day on Monday. It was the Danny Burke hunted Woodville, and he bagged 3. We also had a talk to him.
Magic Blend on the inside of Guess Why, David Walsh and Jim Collett going head for head. Magic Blend on the inside, Guess Why the outside, the favourite just in front and gets it. And we've got Lady Malone hit the front out in the middle. Lady Malone's got away from them here from Kefaloni and Cruiser Pilotta. Alpha Boys arriving late with Saxon James, but Lady Malone and David Walsh going on to win. Lady Malone's got it easily. Second is very close. And further away, Master Joe, Perfect Lad on the inside, won't give in Princess Wiggin. Master Joe starting to arrive late, but Perfect Lad driven out has got the win. Another to David Walsh.
David, another good day on Monday for you. Got a treble of wins. The first start at Lady Malone, she won quite nicely.
She did actually. I didn't really know much about her prior, but she'd run a good trial at Waipakarau a couple of weeks ago, and you know, for a first start, she did a bit wrong, but she won really well and gave the impression she gave a bit more ground.
The other couple of wins, probably hard fought. Magic Blend, one of those, but he deserved that.
Yeah, he'd been very consistent this time around. He had a couple of seconds, and he ran an excellent race here at Awapuni a couple of weeks ago. So he really all he wanted was 2,000 metres, and he was going to be hard to beat.
And Perfect Lad seems to be pretty solid at the present.
Yeah, he's put a couple together. He had a little bit of a virus early on, and I think it was just holding him back. But now he's sort of freshened up, and he's 1-2, and you know, how often you see that?
Okay, David, looking forward to the weekend. Big one for the Wanganui Jockey Club, which is probably the best at this stage for Saturday.
A lot's going to depend on track conditions, but Go Vicar is a very nice horse. He's run an excellent race out here at Awapuni a couple of weeks ago, and the form with that's very good with Duke Steele winning at Rotorua last week. So, you know, provided the track's in a reasonable condition, he'll be very hard to beat.
So keep an eye on Go Vicar tomorrow, definite chance. Well, Matthew Enright, as we know, recently resumed race day riding, and he bagged his first winner on Monday aboard Washington. He was pretty happy with the result. Matthew, must have been good to get that win aboard Washington out of the way.
Yeah, it was Tony. Took me a while, but I got there.
Haven't probably really had that many rides though, Matthew, to be fair.
I've had around about 22, I believe. I've had a fair amount of seconds and thirds, and you know, I've been all around it, but haven't been able to crack one. I think you might have put the hoodoo on me at Palmerston.
I probably did. Washington, the horse, you know, he's improved a wee bit race by race.
Yeah, he's you know, probably at Wellington, you know, it wasn't one of my better rides. He does appreciate being on the outside, and I sort of had to go forward a bit earlier than I wanted to. And this time at Woodville, he got the nice run into the race, and I was able to capitalise on the nice run. So it's a good run. I think he could win next start as well.
And another to ride his first winner since resuming race day riding in New Zealand. This was over the hurdles. It was Prince Conquista, ridden by Craig Clifton, who recently did a stint in Japan. Prince Conquista, Azam and May Ponyani, just Jojo heading up to the last. Sunday News took it from Prince Conquista, and then we've got on the outside Azam getting to third from May Ponyani. That Sunday News, Prince Conquista's trying to draw it in on the outside, doing a pretty good job now. Prince Conquista to Sunday News, who fights again, but Prince Conquista will win. The horse won pretty well too. He had to find a bit the last little 100 metres or so.
Yeah, well, the last 100 is only going to sort of run second. He dug deep. Yeah, it's a good one.
You rode him in his first jumping event. The improvement must have been quite dramatic, race by race.
Yeah, it was. A little bit my fault the first time too. I sort of thought the others were going to come back to me, and they didn't. And he probably would have run the fastest, last 600 the fastest. So big improvement from it.
All right, Craig. As we said, that's your first one since you've been back from Japan. How long were you over there for?
2.5 months, 3 months. Yeah.
All right. How'd you find that?
Different.
Yeah.
Different. Yeah.
All right, and of course, let's compare Prince Conquista with Mr. Davinsky, the horse that really set you underway. Now, he was a dashing jumper, wasn't he? Really attacked everything.
Yeah, well, you can't really compare a horse like that to...
Yeah.
But, yeah, this horse will improve all the time, I think, yeah. He's just got a lot of improvement with him. Mr. Davinsky just sort of started out natural.
All right, and the horse has enough ability on the flat, I guess, to go through the grades. It could be pretty handy over the next couple of seasons.
Yeah, I think he's a bit underrated on the flat. Doesn't give us a lot all the time, but he's got the ability there. Just doesn't seem to use it all the time.
Well, as I said earlier on, things seem to be happening in twos in the Central Districts through the week, and we read that Banquo and Charlie Boy have both been retired. Two very good gallopers, probably at either end, one a jumper, one a flat performer, but no doubt about their quality. We spoke to their respective trainers, Peter Hurdle, Banquo, Norman Wood, Charlie Boy. Well, Peter, through the week we read you've had to retire Banquo. It's a pretty big disappointment, I guess.
Yes, a bit of a blow, Tony, but probably this last campaign has been a bit of a bonus because it's the third time that he has gone amiss. But he's not too bad. He's going to be okay in a couple of months to be ridden as a show jumper or something like that. So it wasn't really a bad breakdown or anything, but we just won't bother racing him again, I don't think.
All right, and you'd got so close to that magical figure of $100,000 in stakes money too, just over the $98,000.
Yes, a bit disappointing they didn't quite make the 100, but like I say, I think he's picked up 50-odd thousand this last campaign, which we sort of thought was a bit of a bonus, so he done pretty well. If he'd been sound horse, he could have done a hell of a lot better as well.
Great talent though, Peter, wasn't he?
Yes, he always showed a lot of potential, but it's always hard when they're unsound and have problems, but he was a good horse and a bit of a character around the stables, and we will miss him.
Norman, Charlie Boy, we read this week, retired from racing. What was the problem with him?
We were all set to race on Monday of this next week. I just gave him a gallop yesterday morning, and after work I was a bit unhappy with the way he felt. Slight swelling in his fetlock.
He'd been away from the track for a long time, 1992, towards the end of that year he was racing. Why was he initially put aside?
At his last start in the Waikato, the second last fence he faltered and obviously did a bit of damage to his tendon, which we had implants done upon, which were successful, and it's not the tendons that have gone this time, it's a separate injury.
Very unfortunate, Norman, because as we know, he had superstar status when he was racing through that 92-93 season, didn't he?
Yes, he was probably one of the racing finds.
At his second start as a jumper, you took him down to Riccarton for the Grand National Hurdles. He won it. Was that a surprise to you?
Yes, I was convinced to go by John Debrasini, one of my clients and friends, and I was far from convinced that we were in the right place, but he was right and I was wrong. It suited him very well. I think he ran it very greenly and he won it very greenly, but he did win it.
Well, to close the show tonight, of course, Wanganui is tomorrow, the first of their 2 days. They race again on Monday. The man that's got the record for having ridden the most winners at Wanganui is Noel Harris. So who better to talk to leading into their 2-day meeting? And Noel, it has been a kind track to you, hasn't it?
And it's been a good track to me, 99%.
Yeah, sure. All right, now let's talk about some of the rides. Maybe just touch on 2 or 3 of the better ones that you think you've got, on the day.
Yeah, well, actually, my main ride, Magnet Bay, always liked the horse, and right down south, and Danny Fry, he's got him nicely prepared, and he actually rang me a couple of weeks ago if I could ride the horse, and I watched his last run, and I think he's going to improve with it, and he's probably a horse that probably suit Wanganui too.
Another horse you're riding, Noel, is Try Peter, trained at Newbury Park by Gary Barlow and Jeff Lins. He's a pretty handy horse.
Yeah, he was a good gallop between races at Hastings the other day, and actually with this rain around now, I'm quite confident that, fresh up, and he's in for a big effort.
Right, Noel, the others on the day, I guess the fields seem pretty even, so it's, I guess, a wee bit hard to label 1 or 2.
Yes, well, actually, that's one thing about Wanganui. It's horses for courses, and a lot of times you can get horses with no form, and they can win at Wanganui. And as I say, horses for courses, a lot of times they won't win anywhere else.
So that wraps up things in the Central Districts for this week. Look forward to catching you from the track tomorrow. Until then, a very good night to you.
Tony Lee's Central Preview, and good to see that he did get onto the South Island winner of the big flat race there tomorrow. Let's have a look at the late mail for Wanganui. Number 6 in race 5, Purda Sun. Returned to form with a solid effort last start and is working well apparently, so that's the late mail from Wanganui in race 5. In race 7, Ada Prince, number 12, a local horse, and they've got a pretty good record on the track, the local runners, and should be hard to head off in race 7, number 12, Ada Prince. And race 9, True Zephyr, number 4, also has a good record on the track and should be suited by the almost 1400 metre distance after a gutsy win over 1200 metres last start. Let's move ahead to the next race from Alexandra Park tonight. Burlington Air Express win movers for the Christchurch Casino Pace. The